He's a bartender in a pool of blood. Cries out, my God, they killed them all. Here comes the story of a hurricane. Oh man, the authorities came to blame. Something that I never done. Put in a prison cell, but one time you're gonna be a champion of the world.
Everybody's lying there, there's Patty C. And another man named Bello moving around mysteriously. I didn't do what he says, and he throws up his hands. I was on the route with the register, I hope you understand. I saw them leaving, he says, and he stops. One of us had better call up the cops. And so Patty calls the cops. And they arrive on the scene with their red lights flashing in the hot New Jersey night.
Hello, folks. I'm Andy Hill.
I'm Renee Safier. Welcome to our first Talkin Bob Dylan podcast. Andy and I are the producers of Dylan Fest. That's an event we started in Hermosa Beach in 1991 when Bob turned 50. And now we are getting ready to celebrate our 27th annual Dylan Fest. It's just around the corner, May the 7th at the Torrance Cultural Arts Center.
Now, we started it off, we led in with a piece of Hurricane from 1975. And I first heard this, I think it was December of 1975. I was 15 years old, watching my parents' television in Burnaby, British Columbia. Bob Dylan was singing with a small band that included a female violin player. I was unfamiliar with the song, but mesmerized by the performance. The song was impossibly long. It had no chorus. It was in a minor key. Dylan, seemingly unconscious of the cameras, spat out 12 verses, no teleprompter, no notes. He sang about a boxer, Reuben Hurricane Carter, who was tried and convicted of a triple murder committed in 1966 in New Jersey. It was co-written by Jacques Levy and would be released later in 1976 and became one of Dylan's classic protest songs. It would take until 1985 for Carter to be exonerated of the crime. I was playing guitar by this time, and looking back, I believe it was this performance that set in my teenage mind the idea that songwriting and performance were vastly improved if they were connected in some tangible way to the service of humanity at large. Dylan had absorbed the inclination from Woody Guthrie, and everyone in pop music after that picked it up from Dylan. Dylan had once said, you could listen to Woody Guthrie songs and actually learn how to live. And you could make the argument that Dylan wrote Hurricane because Woody wrote the 1913 Massacre. The protege had learned how to live. But at 15, I was not yet a collector of Bob Dylan albums. That would come a few years later, when in a local movie theater I witnessed Dylan lay forth in song form his own template for a life well lived. He was the closing act in The Last Waltz, the final live performance of the band. After a couple of rousing rockers, the band segued into a piece that has remained in the repertoire of Renee and I ever since. It's called Forever Young.
May God bless and keep you always. May your wishes all come true. May you always do for others and let others do for you. May you build a ladder to the stars and climb on every rung, and may you stay forever young. May you grow up to be righteous. May you grow up to be true. May you always know the truth and see the light surrounding you. May you always be courageous. stand upright and be strong, and may you stay forever young. Forever young. Forever young. May you stay forever young. May your hands always be busy. May your feet always be swift. May you have a strong foundation when the winds of changes shift. May your heart always be joyful. May your song always be sung. And may you stay forever young. Forever young. Forever young. May you stay forever young. May you stay forever young.
Well, that was nice to hear. Recently, Andy and I played a birthday party. It was a milestone birthday that brought out one of the longtime friends and family of our hostess. The room was filled with ample love and admiration for the birthday girl. And as always the case, Andy and I felt privileged to be part of such a celebration. So when it came time to play an appropriate song for the birthday girl, as so often is the case, Forever Young was the song of choice. So there we were. I was looking around the room with a lump in my throat, and I saw that most of the people were singing along. May you build a ladder to the stars. May you climb on every rung, and may you stay forever young. Now, none of us are capable of that feat, but as the lyrics unfolded, it occurred to me that Bob had laid out the blueprint of living your best life in that song. He wrote it as a lullaby for his eldest son, Jesse, who was born in 1966. And Dylan's song relates a father's hope that his child will remain strong and happy. But I think it goes far beyond that. It opens with the lines, "May God bless and keep you always. May your wishes all come true." And those words echo the Old Testament's book of Numbers, which has lines that begin, "May the Lord bless you and guard you. May the Lord make his face shed light upon you." But then he moves into the domain of being. He is addressing who we are as we move through this precious life we've been given. May you grow up to be righteous. May you grow up to be true. May you always know the truth and see the light surrounding you. Now think about that. Can you imagine always knowing the truth? Always acting on it? May you always be courageous, stand upright, and be strong. And may you stay forever young. The possibilities are dizzying, full of extraordinary promise. And then in the third verse, he moves on to the domain of doing. He says, may your hands always be busy. May your feet always be swift. May you have a strong foundation when the winds of changes shift. Now, I love this verse. He presents a life of purpose, of a mission defined and pursued. Then he moves on to the most difficult task of all for some of us. May your heart always be joyful. May your song always be sung. And may you stay forever young. Oh, so that's the key, singing your own song, not one that we're programmed or made to sing. We can use our own voice, the one that we created to sing our own song and regale the world with it. Yes, that would be joyful. Now that would be a way to stay forever young.
I'm Andy Hill.
And I'm Renee Safier.
Join us on Sunday, May the 7th for the 27th Annual Bob Dylan Festival.
It's outdoors in the beautiful sunshine at the Torrance Cultural Arts Center from noon till 8 p.m.
Renee and I and our band Hard Rain and 60 of our closest musical friends will play 62 Bob Dylan songs. No breaks, no repeats.
So go to andyandrenee.com for your tickets. Bring the family and friends. There's food and drinks for sale.
We're going to close with a sample from last year's show. This is The Hour When the Ship Comes In.